It's 12:04 a.m. Wednesday, May 27th. Stock market was up again today, Tuesday after the holiday. Semiconductors were up a lot. Micron was up a lot. Semiconductors are carrying the tech sector. This one looks like it's topped off. They take a pause and then go back up higher than they were. So, how long is this going to keep going? I don't know. Looks like a lot of semiconductors started off in April, 1st of April, and been pretty much straight up. There have been a couple of drop pauses here in the last few weeks, but they didn't last more than a few days, and they pushed up higher than they were before. A lot of stocks like Micron now. Nvidia has bucked the trend, got down every day since the earnings report. Today, the charts look like perhaps there might be a bottom in for Nvidia, short-term bottom, or it's going to start going back up again tomorrow. And a lot of them are high. It's overstretched by a lot of chart measures, technical. But they don't have the sky-high price-earnings ratios like a lot of stocks did during the internet bubble. So it's not the same thing. I was discussing this with one of my roommates earlier, and then I looked up Tesla. I think Tesla has a sky-high price-earnings ratio, three or 500, 35, 350, I don't know. That would be reminiscent of the internet stock market bubble. But most of these stocks aren't like that. So we'll see what happens with semiconductors. Will they come back from this run up, or will they just keep going higher? For how long will they keep going higher? News in Iran, price of oil. Well, that dictates a lot of the stuff for the stock market lately. Oil goes down, the stock market, Dow goes up, oil goes up, Dow, old line stocks go down. How long is this Iranian conflict going to last? I don't know. News changes every other day, something. We got agreement. Well, it's not good enough or whatever. I don't know how long it's going to come on. Something said Trump has something wrong with him. I don't know. Or an assassination attempt on his daughter. I mean, there have been guns around the White House. Somebody was shot and killed by the Secret Service last week when he was getting in the White House zone with a gun. There's violence every day in the news. Web here, read about it. California had a chemical plant that was perhaps going to explode or leak, and so they had to evacuate a town of 50,000. And today there was a chemical plant or something in Washington State that did explode, killed a few people. I don't know if it was just people inside the plant, or I don't know if it caused a leak that would cause a major evacuation. I didn't read it that close. Or something. It's happened twice here since last weekend. It's like holiday weekend. New York Knicks, they won their division. Won their playoff for the Eastern Division. They're going to the finals. They won 10 or 11 in a row. Tonight in Oklahoma City, all the people were wearing white T-shirts, it looked like, in the crowd. And Oklahoma State won, so Oklahoma won. They had 3 games to 2. College baseball is going on. KU's hosting for the first time ever regional Oklahoma State's a second team in the regional in Arkansas. Cowboy Golf's defending national champions. I guess they're going to the national championship tournament. They're pretty good again. Same players, I guess, basically. Girls golf team, I guess. I don't know what I think. I may have lost to Arkansas or something. I don't know if they're still playing golf or not. The girls softball team was doing good. I don't know what they're doing now. Memorial Day weekend. Saturday or Sunday, swimming pools were packed. It was hot here. I don't know how. They said the water wasn't that warm yet, but the pool where I live was packed, and the pool over in Lenexa, when we were in Lenexa for their Sunday night concert, it was packed. That pool complex we got. Blood pressure's too high. I measured at CVS. It's too high, so I made can go see the doctor's office Thursday. Maybe they can give me some pills. And I was thinking my tooth issue I've been letting slide. Made an appointment today to get my teeth pulled there that are fucked up. Maybe that's fitting my blood pressure, causing blood pressure issues. Maybe other issues that I'm not feeling too great lately. I do get vertigo easily, and I'm getting lightheaded and tired sometimes, losing my balance sometimes, blood pressure too high. I don't know. Got my little chainsaw out I got last year. Had never used it before. Got it going. Little handheld chainsaw just to prune branches. I pruned a few branches here around. It works pretty good until I hit this old branches that look like they've been dead for a while. And it was like cutting through petrified wood or something. It was slow moving. Overheated and didn't work. I don't know. This little pruner chainsaw couldn't. I don't know what the fuck. Overheated or something. The battery ran out. I don't know. Probably try it again tomorrow. Indy 500. Closest race ever. The winner won by less than a second. Less than 1 second. I mean, when they showed the replay, I couldn't really tell what was going on. But it's the closest race ever. Politics going on. Core church preachers running for something here in Leawood or something. U.S. Senator for this district. Well, he's pretty popular around this area, I guess. And that church, I got 3 giant buildings over there and several satellite campuses around town. And he's probably going to be successful in this. I guess he's getting a lot of money from people. So I've gone there off for the Christmas show last few years, and I was in the singles. Until one time they had the police pull me out in front of the singles people and arrest me or tell me to leave, and kind of rude since I was working as a volunteer to coordinate activities. And I was also going to try to parlay, that into real estate business, as a realtor. I remember one time they said, "Okay, raise your hand if you work close to the church here. We'll see whose work is closest to the church." So I rose my hand and said, "I'll work right here, right now. I'm a realtor, and I'll sell anybody in your house right here, right now." And that got a few laughs. That girl in charge was laughing. That she, no, I mean, is your office closest to here and stuff? And I like to get laughs out of people, shock them or, just things to, well, do you want to dance? No. Okay, well, if you don't want to dance, you just want to go have wild sex instead. And of course, that gets some laughs out of some of them. And ha ha. Well, I'm 64. Will you still love me when I'm 64? I'm only 64 for about 2.5, 2 months, almost 3 months, less than 3 months. I've been 64 for a while now. Merrill Lynch, you still owe me $1 trillion for the trespassing crap. And you owe me $1 billion a week, a paycheck for every week since kindergarten diploma. And the state of Kansas owes me $1 billion a week for every week since kindergarten. For disrespecting me in the PICA in the license office and the courthouse in Johnson County, like Nazi mafia punks. Same thing with Pate Weber and Smith Barney, KC, Missouri side too, because they're all punks. And Purdue and the Wilbers, and Oklahoma State and IBM, all the punks and crap and fraud. Hedge fund paycheck of $4 billion is one of the benchmarks for my minimum wage. And then the issue of dad, who the fuck was he? Who was a person living his life after my college. I graduated in Video Corner and all the bullshit and hell it started. Lies, stupidity, and disrespect. Don't disrespect that. That's one of my billionaire licenses. The third one. That's never been respected anywhere. Well, what else am I thinking about? Clean up my house a little bit every day, something else. Get it back to normal before some of my stupid ass crazy renters fucked things up around here. Yeah. I don't know. Stock market, see what happens to that. Summer's here, pools are open. It's really summertime. Kids are out in the pools. Air conditioner's on now. Royals got their butt kicked by the Yankees. They lost the Yankees yesterday. They took the lead in the eighth inning, then gave it away in the ninth and lost. They'd won a couple of games before that. They're still, about out of their last 20 games, maybe they're won 4 or 5 games out of their last 20. I don't know. They're falling apart again. World Cup coming to Kansas City. Something said Kansas City is the worst city for World Cup stuff. I don't know. What the hell? I'm not into soccer that much. I really don't care that much. Certainly a lot of news and hype about it and money. Tickets. One guy was saying, one of my roommates said he had to spend $300 to get in a pool to buy a ticket. And then the tickets were $200 or $300 a piece or something. I'm not into it that much. I'm not into anything that much anymore. I'm into concerts. I went to the concert Saturday. Spur of the moment, I saw Three Dog Night. I've been wanting to see Three Dog Night because they've been playing around Kansas City the last few years, and tickets were too expensive at Maristar, $100. And then I saw the day of the concert. I looked; they had some for 30 something, so I bought one. Went up there, and they were good. They're okay, and I was sitting in chairs. You had nice thick padding on the metal chairs, but it's like I'm sitting level and I couldn't really see. I got after an hour, I went out to take a break. I just never went back in. Used my free bets, bet for a little bit, and had free dinner. It's like, this is okay, but I don't really care that much. I got about 7 or 10 concert tickets I bought already for this summer and fall. Morton Amphitheater, see how that goes. I don't know. Got them all on sale, Groupon, Coupon, Live Nation, whatever, $20, $30, bargains. Doobie Brothers, Santana, Toto, Christopher Cross, John Cougar Mellencamp, Doc Brooks and Dunn. I think I've seen them on Black Crowes, never seen them before. Chicago, seen them many times. They're one of my favorites. Some of my favorite groups from high school and college, they still play. Chicago Doobies. Train's a newer group. I've seen them many times they play. I don't know. See how it goes. It's kind of like all this stuff's losing interest, enthusiasm. I'm getting old and apathetic, don't care. Yeah, I'm apathetic. I've been scarred for life by that trespassing shit at Merrill Lynch, like in 1987 or whatever. And they owe me $1 trillion because it's fucked me up ever since. And I was scarred for life by the Wilbur at Purdue. There's 3 or 4 of them telling me the shit. And I was scarred for life at Oklahoma State with the IBM bullshit. And I was scarred for life with the English teacher at Shawnee Mission South. Life's not fair. What are you going to do about it? Some of these people are criminals, or the teachers. Oh, the Gam Catholic Church up the street in Ranch Mart when I was a kid. Their preacher was arrested for stealing $100,000 from the church. And I guess he'd been arrested for something else. One of my Catholic roommates said that gossip was they gave him a chance to come clean with the money, but he didn't do it. He just stole more money, so they pressed charges and got him arrested. I guess he turned himself in. So yeah, just because somebody's a priest or something in church doesn't necessarily mean they're holy and perfect or anything else. And some people go into ministry, they do it after their career is over. They know they have nowhere else to go, so they just fall into a church job and do that until they quit working or something. Or my uncle was a minister. I don't know. He went to college to be a minister. A lot of people, it seems like, I hear about going to ministry after whatever else they do doesn't work out. It's fine, I guess. That's what you do. There's nothing wrong with it. Those people aren't holier than thou. They're nothings. They're not, wow, this guy's perfect or whatever. It's not the way it is. And that's the same way with your teachers in school, the same way with the judges in the courthouse, the police. Everybody, they're not perfect. They're not just, they're fucking full of criminals and corruption and fraud and identity thefts and murderers and everything else. Everything is. So Merrill Lynch, just hand me $1 trillion. Smith Barney, Payne Weber, hand me $1 trillion, punks. Coldwell Banker, Reese Nichols, hand me $1 billion. Fucking wasting my time lying to me. Disrespecting me. Well, that's the real world for you.